All right. Yeah. I'm aware I just went live, phone. Thank you. I'm usually aware when I manage to go live. And if I'm not, that notification isn't going to help because I am barely conscious enough to start the thing. Okay, it booted in. Smartbook had asked if the servers had been down. And, like, that was pre restart time, so might have been. Anyways, I have tested one thing. We haven't stuck something between yet. Okay. So, bags do not chain. It doesn't look like. Okay. Bags may chain because I've done the dumb. I've done the dumb. It won't put it in unless there's something there. Alright. So yeah. Directly. Can't set a bunch of them next to each other, so for each bag I want to hook up to the system or whatnot, which like ladies and gentlemen and children of all ages. Let's restock some vault stone. And then wow. But wow. Okay, I still need to get down a these go up here. The magnet suppressor. Oh yeah. I like this has just been me like adding tiers and like I haven't bothered to unlock power yet. I I've got the resources. I've definitely got the resources to go and unlock power because like I've done just about nothing. But like I need to unlock power and get what you call it? Get the RS set up at some point. But right now I'm dragging my feet because I want them to fix the stupid compression upgrade because it's like 2 vault diamond blocks. If you haven't heard me um, complain about this before, welcome to your first time on my stream. I've been complaining about the same stupid thing as always. Like, this only compacts, which means if this ever compacts all the way, it doesn't register that it's there. Also, I'm back here because, like, okay, yeah, it it saves on overhead not to have to go like, you can click here and it reacts differently than if you click here. So you can't access any of the upgrades from the front. You have to access from the side or the back. Something. There's an air gap behind where all of the drawers are going to be. It's not logged in bugs because it was a very intentionally built recipe, but I have put in a complaint that's like, hey, this seems a little bit steep for the cost, because this is about all it can do. If it was in a chest or shulker box or whatnot that's enabled for this, one of these unlocked ones, it will take the first 5 slots and go from least compressed to most compressed, which, like, there's only a handful of things that compress that much anyways. And this is the one that lets you unpack it. So, like, you hook it up to your cobblestone, and your cobblestone can compact all the way, and then something like the altar automation one, whatever, Wymana, the conduit, can properly pull it out of there. The problem is there's also some backwards compatibility mods like this. This is in the recipes, but this one is not. You can't get clay balls to uncompact out of these. So, like, if I pulled clay balls completely and cleared this slot, it would let me do this compaction here, but I couldn't get the clay balls back out, which, if you get your altar automation early, like, you don't have to test. That's what I've been doing. I'm the drawers guy. But, like, the 3x3 is a bit worse because it costs the 2x2, which is the old compacting recipe. And like I said, if it compacts all the way, if you use something like, say, a deposit upgrade set to match contents, it won't register anything that's been compacted away as in the drawer system anywhere. Whereas if it was convertible, it would. And the 3x3s, like I said, it's 20 vault diamonds because it's 2 vault diamond blocks to upgrade from the 2x2, which I've stuck in some of these and it's still annoying the heck out of me because every so often I can't just auto deposit to those, to the 3x3 here. This only compresses and doesn't do any decompression, which means if you have something like, say, Vault Me. If I want to make pots out of this, I need it compacted all the way. If I want to make, say, hostile mob eggs, I need the individual meat chunks, which means you need the conversion on. We've got recipes, say, with this. Do you know how many of the bag recipes require both the block and the individual? Like, yeah, it doesn't work for silk to be always fully compacted and things like that. Not to mention 20 or even 18 vault diamonds per one of these I want to set up as a compression, and it does not go any further than 5. Like, I've been testing it. If I, let's see, this one isn't even using its stack upgrade. Set to 5 right there. It doesn't go any further than 5. Nothing in that chest matters. Except for those 5 slots that it is reserved for that. And like, yeah, cool. I can really compress my iron. But if I take something that only has 3 layers of compression, I've suddenly lost to 2 slots as well, and like, it doesn't apply to anything else in that chest. If I take the advanced compacting upgrade here, and I've got a bunch of things that I want to keep packing by the 3x3, which make sure that you have the settings set right so you don't do something stupid like, oh, stick all your vault loot into a regular chest and accidentally convert all your vault meat into steaks. Because if you put it in there, let's see, and then simply have it compact, if it compacts the 2x2, you end up with these. And all you can do is cook them. But that suddenly leaves you completely out of doing anything with these, which, like, feeding upgrade and pots. You say that, but like by 52 in every other run, every single one of these would have been a proper compression, and at least a few of these would have been. Believe me, I've done completely solo seasons with this. By progression, it does not have 9 times the power of before. So it's absolutely ridiculous that effectively what is a compacting drawer should be 9 times the cost in remastered versus uh the older legacy update 21 for VH3. Like, if they had also gone, hey, we've vastly increased this because we realized vault diamonds have been getting absolutely shafted on the loot tables, which they haven't increased any kind of substantial ways, so it seems like it's balanced. Yeah, like, I did the math. When I built this array, 44 vault diamonds would have got this operating as a compression just for the vault loot, all the decor, all that. Lets me put it away. Uh, in old drawers, old compacting drawers. And now, if I wanted to get all of the ones there that I basically have as compacting, 416. It would be 414, except that requires the 3x3 just compression, because the conversion one doesn't work on it because you can't decraft shards. And it's being dumb like that and wants to know that you can decraft things. Like, if you want to be a masochist, you can, and like, you can definitely store enough for all of the things. You just have to remember, like, hey, how many times do you go into a recipe and go, hey, I need to go and compact a chunk of it? Like, sure, if you're running the, what is that? The modded rule of always have a stack of something. If you're going like, okay, every so often I just craft a stack of the packed vault meat blocks out of all my vault meat. Cool. And like, it's not necessarily that much of a bother, but like, it takes a lot of storage if you aren't already compressing it to save some space. Like, okay, these ones are like quality of life. You don't need to do this. This is just me putting up arrays in case I ever shove things in here. You don't need to compact these. You can just do the extremely high density, which I will note. They've got 5 upgrades: a 2, 3, 4 times, 8 times, and 16 times. They can put in these. These have 1 slot. Once you get to iron, it gets the 2 slots, but copper's still 1 slot. Then gold gets... I don't think I have any golds. I've upgraded all of the ones existing right now to diamond. So, like, you can get the bag compression one, which... Little secret I figured out. If you have this, you can take these, link them to controllers, and if you stick a bag in front of them, which, like, I'm probably going to change out a bunch of those shulkers and set up, like, all of my crate stuff goes in this bags and things like that. Especially because I don't want this here, because I'm still running the chunk border rule. Never stick too much in one chunk, not because I expect we're ever going to get another issue like we did right after he got rid of the size on the jewels, and all the legacy jewels got a second set of data added to them that converted them to the size, and at least a few places converting all those legacy ones, they still technically had the old size data embedded on them, so their size grew, and that pushed at least a few chunks over the Minecraft save limit. I've got pictures. It wasn't my base, it was somebody else on the server, and they had already been pretty much done for the season, so their base didn't hurt especially to have that happen to it. But like, I'm going to stick like some bags down here, stick some stairs in. Like, this is going to stairs down, and I'm going to have my big old wall. It's not at all needed to actually build a big old wall up to 31 blocks tall of drawers or anything like that. I have never used the full space I can with drawers. I always just like marking it out. And then this corner, and I'll probably put some rooms into this, will be where, like, I'll put effectively what I'm going to use is colossal chest storage using the sophisticated and backpacks. And then, like, RS is going to go elsewhere. Noting that I am sharing this cave with at least one other person. So, like, I have to be mindful about, like, part of this is also getting it set up, eventually stick an external on that, and then I'll be able to run a system everywhere, and then we will be able to run RS out of that pillar there in the cave is where the main core of that is going to be, because that's going to be in loading range of their part of the base at all times, so it's not going to deload. And this should not be enough to cause a deload issue for an RS interface to be somewhere here. But like, yeah. You can do all kinds of things in this by avoiding storage, especially because, hey, arcade isn't just for when you start a world. You can set it at any time. You can make all your crystals free, at which point the only thing you have to ever store are all the vault loot things, and technically even that's technically optional, because who says you have to keep any of the loot when you finish a vault? Sure, you probably want to keep upgrading your gear, but what do you need anything else for? If your crystals are free, you'll want tools, maybe. At which point you just go, okay, what are the cost of the tools? That gets put away. It's just whatever goes in the tool crafter. You don't need anything else. All right. Bengals might be annoying. Things that are not allowed in the bag today. Bengals. Wishbones. Black mob essence. Paper and jars. And if you haven't seen how I run a scav yet, the idea is down on the left, you can see my inventory. Anything that does not end up in the scav bag, because of my filtering, will end up there. I then can use the Z swapping to change over to it for turn in, and I can always just watch. Okay, that feels much better. New sword. That isn't like 20 levels below the rest of the vault. Also, I got tired of some of the bullshit, so I'm wandering around on piece of cake. In case you're like, wait, the mobs aren't supposed to be that easy. Yeah, they are. Like, you can play at higher difficulty levels, but if you want a Souls-like, why are you on Vault Hunters? You're supposed to run on Minecraft. It's supposed to be easily to overpower the whole thing. I'm still of the opinion that you should add purple back into these guys. Not specifically the trapped ones. You can make it so that only the ones that drop souls can drop the essence, noting that that also, in theory, reduces the big slimes from being the premier source of black essence in some vaults. Because, hey, turns out getting anywhere from like 8 to 16 vault essence from, well, 8 to 31 or something like that. Really? Champions twice out of the trap? Like, I had to look, and it was like, no. We are not currently set to, Champion's Domain. Here, Ghosty. Bye, Ghosty. Oh, the butthole's here. Yeah, there is one epic that appears here, and it's the old butthole. Oh, it's just a few wooden chests. Just a few wooden chests. Don't look up. Something, something. I've got enough pages. I can probably stop hunting wooden. I have no clue what was trying to defend this. Whatever it was, it's not here anymore. Ports. Okay. Guild is not required for completion. Alright, boys, if you want to follow me to the next room, I'll deal with you there. But otherwise, have enough life. I don't need to clear you out because I do not need the green. Yeah, that tracks. It's like, why didn't my stonefall operate? Heidi hi. Oh yeah, saddlebags. That's what I needed from you, not the jar. I'm going to get blood vials from every coin pile from here on out because, hey, you guys got the wrong memo about which one of you is supposed to be the epic and which one of you is supposed to be the common. Tiny child. Ooh, shopping. Do I need shopping? Probably not. Hi, boys. Cracked pearl. Thanks. That's clearly what I needed. Salty Deluxe. Need to add that to my index. I've already got Crispy Deluxe added to my index. Get in the bag. Alright. I do not have enough echo for a key yet. And I'd be like, oh, the first thing I want to use it for is an incubator. Except I know that the first time I craft a key, which, like, I'm not sure if I've got enough key pieces anyways. But once I get a blank key, I get 4 echo, which is enough for the incubator, so... Wooden. And that's always a living epic up there. So... not needed for this one. Wooden. Didn't even spawn. Alright, boys. You can follow me to the next room. Keep it moving, keep it moving. Keep the tour together, guys. Alright? We're walking. Because I haven't eaten enough to actually dash. Okay. Walking. Got some ornates up here. Let's not watch this. Bye. Rude. Sparkle team. Ooh. That is a good copy sound. Copy Sparkle Tea is definitely one of the things I want. I would have loved a Copy Zine there, but one zine is better than none because the stupid thing's been evading me like it's Tubium. Every season you have to figure out which of the Pog materials decides to dodge you. I've had at least 3 seasons. 3 seasons where Tubium is the one that betrays me for like the longest time. And it's like, no Tubium. I've got 40 of everything else and I've got no Tubium to my name. Guess how many pogs I can make with no Tubium? 7. Wait. That's not how that works. Gilded. And wooden. Alright, buddies. And we're walking. You see, there's 2 forms of Stonefall in this. There's proactive and retroactive. Retroactive is just healing afterwards. And doesn't actually count as Stonefall because you still lose if you've gotta do it without taking damage. Something. I still need the vault diamonds. Angry child! Angry child! Flee! Alright, boys. Clear out. Bangle. Bangle 2. 3 of the stupid things, so it's still not done yet. Alright. I didn't look on the map. Does this have nonsense underneath it? I miss my lucky hit. My life is not supposed to be something I have to maintain myself. It's supposed to happen naturally as I smack things. Okay, in theory, that's a little bit on me. You can just roll more. You even have a couple opportunistic focuses if you get a good sword to start it on. I mean, you've got an epic one, you just need to make the sword have a decent damage amount instead of 30 base. Alright. Fairly worthless POI because of how few blocks were in this copy of it. No POI there. I would not say this is the most disappointing war room. Because, hey, it's got points of interest. They're fairly crap, but it's got points of interest. Allegedly. Allegedly. Yeah, this room is not worth the time. It had the potential. It just rolled absolute crap for all of the points of interest. Onward! I need bangles and ornates. This sometimes has an ornate secret in it, which it does. Cool. Breed some gilded, not because I need them. For this vault, at least. In case you're listening, remember, I did say that you can raid some of the materials from my stuff if you need to. I still haven't gotten around to setting my RS because I'm procrastinating while I wait for them to fix the drawers. Because the drawers are dumb. And like, yeah, I could just avoid the drawers. I could be a masochist like that and go like, Hat, you're not supposed to explode. Fine. Go away. Go away. I need to replace Hat eventually anyways. Z2. Wait. Why would I need to do that? I'll put a hat on later. Don't tell OSHA that I'm wandering around the cave system without proper protective gear. Jars done. Coins done. Mana drained. All in a day's work. Poisoned. You are coming with me. Alright. Into the vault. And it is square. Yeah, upstairs on that could have had some decent ore points of interest. But I think trying to find an ore room is far better because, one, cave, so ore points of interest are far more common. Two, ores are far more abundant. And three, here, echo, echo, echo. Which, like, to be fair, whether or not I get an echo from, like, mining around and finding an echo ore, scavs have one of the highest rates of giving you an echo in the completion. So. And noting that I need a single echo gem more than I currently have. To be able to hatch an eggie. So that they can give me an eggie. Alright. Like I would say, this has been really disappointing, but like, that was a big point of interest. Come on, Copious. Yeah, Copious Seed. Needed that. Sure, it's not a fortune copious seed. So, like, I'm still going to get, like, 7-ish out of that. But it's not like I rolled double 4 or whatever. Like, there's a chance I get 12 out of it. Bones? Bones? Can I get more wish bones? What we reading? Wish bone? Wait. That's not the song. Oh, oh. Who in the world is messaging me right now? To be fair, it might not be somebody messaging me. It could be, like, one of numerous friends and family discords I'm attached to. And people are just posting in them. You know, one of the weirdest feelings is, like, I'm in a Discord with somebody who's, like, obviously autistic. Something. Hi, sibling. I am also obviously autistic. Versus, like, some other people who make, like, personal ones, and, like, the obviously autistic one has, like, absolute ton. By the way, factory is one of the reasons I want the stupid compression upgrades get fixed. Because it applies for so many of them. Go away, guys. Alright. We are going to... avail ourselves of just a little bit of this gilded here. Alright, boys. If you want me, I am heading for the exit. Feel free to come along. Single file. Come on. Meet me up here. In before I realize I misread the amount of jars I need, and it's 3. No, Apple Crate, my beloved. That was a somewhat anticlimactic end to the vault. There, I fixed it. 5 vault diamonds. Okay. This nonsense needs added to the index. Alright. Stone Sparkle. Vault Stone Sparkletine is already on the index. Vault Stone Xenium is not. Stone Xenium is not. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? Crispy Deluxe. Salty Deluxe. Alright. Warp. Warp. High torch particle effects. High hole in the floor. High quark reach around feature. Yes, it is as awkward as the name implies. What? Also, I have no clue on like who actual screen names in this community because all of the time it's like Iskall said hi to Hellfire or whatever. So I am not entirely certain whether or not it Hellfire Mage is the Hellfire of the community, or if like that. I think so, but at the same time, look, it's Iskall's job to remember people's names and to remember who they are. I'm just some guy who keeps complaining about things in the mod pack as I continue to play it. Wait. Did I get none of these? I guess not. I didn't poke any living, did I? Yeah. And everything else went away just fine. Cool, that one was a relatively self-cleaning vault. Uh, 37 does seem like a reasonable amount of sweets to keep on hand. Yeah, I could go and make a feeding upgrade. It would be sensible. It's something I tend to do. And usually I put it off because, oh, I can't be bothered to do the research for it. But, like, I don't have that excuse this time. Alright. And copious amount of books. Guess what needs a drawer? That's right. All these ores. That goes away, that goes away. Ooh. Another artifact to add to the pile of things I'm not going to identify until like level 100. Because sure, you could try and figure out what artifacts you have before then, but you can't use them before then, so... Right, you have to click on the unboxing station with the things you want to unbox. Red adjacent, yellow adjacent. Shiny Hunter, fine. You. What? Okay. If you can tell what seal I like crafting. Alright. Time to go steal a window. In theory, I should probably use wings to get up here. Especially because if I had grabbed the wings, I could have also grabbed my Riptide Trident. And I could have elected to do it after seeing that it was already raining. Okay, I've already rendered that one mostly uninhabitable. Oh, there seems to be a draft in here. Yoink. Fancy pants. Ooh. Yeah, I probably should just warped home because there's so much river between there and here. That's why I put the warp in. Like, sometimes it's nice to go for a swim. Get your exercise in. Watch your food bar go down. Begin bobbing up and down in the water like it's Minecraft beta. You know, only the best feelings. A nice pine boat. You can tell because of the fine grain on it. We need a cup. The stupid legacy recipe still. Alright. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to craft some furnaces and then stick bows in the center. Alright. Like, okay, yes. At least at least. This is one of the less repeated recipes in it. So it being this expensive for a one time, and then you're done for the rest of time recipe. This is allowed to sink some diamond blocks. Not each one of those. Something, something. Right. You just need that to put the juice into. Juice. Why does a card juice have a soul value? How am I supposed to get rid of it? Card juicer upgrade that costs a cauldron and the same recipe again, but with a juicer at the center. And all it is it's like, yeah. It displays the juice amount, and the structure is now shaped like a bathtub. So you've just got bathtub jungle juice for your cards. It does nothing else. Something, something. Can't wait until the next hotfix when they're obviously going to add that in, right? I set the stupid book to something. There we go. Page up. Okay. That tracks. Because voice chat's on home. Hunter's on end. Not that I've got Hunter. Don't have anything on delete. I mean, of course the magnet's on insert. That's its job. We're going to stare intently, and all the stuff is going to go away like it's not my problem anymore. All right. Ugh. F heal. Chestplate's almost dead. Like, chest plate and helmet need replaced anyways. I would prefer if my pants weren't monopants, but what was it? 4 of these, and then I needed coal and charcoal. I should figure out if I've got any more lightning rods around, because I swear I've got more lightning rods around already. Sure, they're like cheap to craft, but if I've already broken some and whatnot, and I need to build some suppressors and rods. Charcoal. That. That. You. Like, at least that's maximum for the current iron area, but still, ew. Alright. Stairs and temple. Alright. Back in you go, boys. Ooh, okay. Next rock, next rock, next rock. Birch. Any birch. Leaves. Individual broken shards from those, and pork chops. I think that means I should have everything. Like, if I haven't harvested enough birch yet, that's on me. At some point, I should actually start wearing the deck. And by that, I mean We're going to stick some resource cards in there. We're going to stick some yellow cards in here where they can. That's all my yellow cards. Like, this deck can't do an arcane anyways. Oh no. Stuck some locks, stick some speed. Blue road. Green. Add a little more mana. Add a little bit of crit resist. And I literally, like, I do not have this whole deck full of cards because I do not have enough cards to fill this deck anyways. Not that I'm especially enthused by the amount of effect this deck gives me. Ooh, 5 mana. 0.5% copiously. Okay. That's a significant amount of copiously for the amount of copiously I already have. But it's like 0.25% of movement speed. Yeah, like... Woo! Early deck building. Somebody give me a dig site. That's not where you get better decks. It's like, I don't care about the decks. I need keys. Keys. Guess where you get key pieces? What do you mean, gilded chests? No. Treasure sand. Gilded as a secondary source, you can tell because it's so low. The primary source of treasure key pieces is dig sites. Dig site treasure sand. Because it's far more common in those. At some point, I probably need to deal with the nonsense that is currently that storage. You know, the same way I need to deal with all this. None of it can roll a higher level than it currently is. None of it appears to be of a tier that I would especially worry about. Hatred Totem. Yay. That. Something. I've been here 3 years. Technically, the gear system is better than launch. Ish. Definitely better than third, but it is markedly worse than its peak, and that notes that, like, I lived through trying to get lucky hit on a helmet when it was like a 0.5% chance. Back in update 15. In theory, I should have done this before I did this one. Ah, well. We're hoping it's going to tell me to find things in ornates. Or not ornates. Gildeds. Gildeds. No mail. Alright. I need a new hat. I need a new shirt. Oh, it took my first device. It stuck something in ornate. So we're going to clear drives. We're going to clear pages again. And it upgraded the bones and stuff, and now I don't have to kill the hostile mobs. Living chest, living chest. Like, I know you boys want to kill me, and I would love to get in that fight, but you just don't have what I need. Alright. You see, that's a much better surprise than the random fear clouds and the shocking that my previous weapon was giving me. Random little extra bits of health. No rib cages. Which, like, honestly, really? You gave me 3 rib cages challenge. One. I'm unsure if this point of interest actually has anything in it. Whatever it's supposed to have. Okay. It's supposed to have coins, which is at least something I need. You couldn't even, like... Okay. Alright. Time to go to the toxic area. Later. And there's a coin pile here, so... in theory. Alright, boys, get down here. Remember, it's not technically a waste of time. It's working on the bounty. Page. 6 pages. Out of 16, so 10 more to go. I think I can ignore that one. This appears to be a village. This is Ornate Village? Ornate Village. It's not an unreasonable place to go to get ornates done. It's also not an unreasonable place for me to go and die. No ornate. Can't wait until I can add, like, regeneration to my potion. Sackers. 5 sackers. Do jars exist? Dubious. Still dubious. I've had enough of this room's nonsense. Bye. We're gonna leave this room. Sorry, villager. You're not the princess. I am going to a different castle. Onward to adventure! Enough durability damage reduction to hell and back. Gave it to us in the prestige, and at the same time, it's relatively irrelevant except for a few things. So the few cases where somebody might really need to chase it, something. Lucky hit legendary on a wand or focus. You can't. Because it's not worth the effort. Holy chat spam, Batman. I've already complained about that. Not officially. Well, yeah, not officially. I can't say that the, I haven't told the devs, because I never know who in the world is lurking. I apparently had Hellfire on for a little while. I might still have Hellfire. I'm not looking at who's active at the moment. Stop doing that, boys. If you're going to come and kill me outright. Flax. Apples. Void secret. One of 2 pearls, so definitely was worthwhile to come down here. Now, how do I get out of here? I kind of miss the old strong boxes. What do you mean it's not even loaded? Something. The skeleton had ornate on his mind. In his mind. You get the joke. Processing is definitely decaying right now. Not for the computer. The computer's fine. They still haven't fixed living strongboxes. They're still just double chests. Which, like... You really want to complain about living actually, like, still giving you a lot of stuff from their strongboxes instead of, like, one... Yay. Alright. Pearl. Perlo. I know, I should just threaten to make some fires. That's how you get pearls, right? Alright. There's some wooden up here. This is justifiable, right? What do you mean there's wooden up here? That's fair. Alright. Die, boys. I misread Thorn Leech. I haven't seen enough X marks to even guarantee a chance at Rose Thorn. A good chance at it. They tend to roll pretty badly, too. What carved is that for? Is that the... Thanks, Chains. Everyone loves you. Ornate, got it. I was trying to figure out whether or not it was that one wooden with stairs one. Kill tank bombs. Okay, let's get my butt some more wood in. Because if I lose to the pages, that'll feel bad. Don't need the deluxes. Okay. Back up the page, so at least it justified me poking that point of interest. End of a vault. This is not a... Yeah, no. We're just going to skip that one. Because I need a heavy amount of ore rooms, and I need a decent amount on wood in. I need quick departure for the next room inherent. You know, besides apparently clearing out mobs. 12. $13. 14. 15. 16. A room, here I come. By that I mean I'm going to run completely around this room. Twice. We're going to jump that one because it doesn't have any decent or points of interest. This one has 1 or 2, but it's really annoying to get back out of the bottom of it. It's time. Like, you have the blocks on your hopper. That implies I'm going to use them. Start with the mango. Head to the lemons. Like, I just have not had enough or points of interest. Turns to the side. Turns out I just skipped over a good ore room there or whatever. Seriously. Like, I know it's not cave theme. Do ore rooms exist? Something, something, some cost. Like, downstairs has a decent chance of a good POI, but it's not quite as immediately accessible and get back out as that. Technically, up there from one of the sides has a decent chance of a quick in and out point of interest for ores. Oh, wait, boys. Well, I got an echo out of it. No stupid rib cages. Okay. Someone woke me up a bit earlier than I wanted to be up because the you know how like some modern cars you can fold down some of the seats, and in some cases if it's got like a back seat, the seats can fold down in a way that like you can roll forward to them or whatnot. Uh, but like some modern cars put both of those on the same lever, which means you end up with like pull the lever cronk, and all it does is it tilts forward but doesn't like fold flat, and it's rolled forward now, and it's like, and you're like, no, I need it like flat because I'm going to stick a scale model of Epcot in here and I need the space or something like that. But it's like, nope. Best I can get you is lean forward so small child can get inside. All right. That was a absolutely horrendous exchange rate for an Echo, but got an Echo now, and I gave it a solid try. Yeah. Spent too much time on that village. In theory, I could have spent less time getting that concrete powder. But at the same time, like, if, 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 if. There we go. Sending messages to the group chat after our party wipe. If, 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 if. Peach. Single Echo. Okay. No key piece drops, so that's irrelevant anyways. Keys get to wait. Yeah. None of these are full. None of these are full. They're compacted. I should not need to manually pull out some of the stuff just to put it away. Oh, if you just deposit it all. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Figure out how many of these I need to hook up to the system so that I can just deposit all with everything. Or I just go, well, we'll just operate the whole thing as just drawers. Ignore the fact that we're severely overcharged for the new controller based on the concept that, oh, it's compatible with the chests as well, so it's got to be locked behind a higher higher cost recipe to account for its boosted power level. All right. Oh. Spirit box. Oh look, for Echo. All right. Incubator. Yeah. Do 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 do. Bop. Okay. Two glass. I've still got some glass here, right? Somewhere. Regular, plain old glass. 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 I still say there's a problem with this. Because the research is required for you to start unlocking the advanced decks, and there's no advanced decks that are basically available from the beginning unless you've already done 50 favor on one of the Vault Gods. It it just feels bad to have a 12 research, like, end a game, great. But this is effectively like a level 100 research for it to even be useful to use. Oh, I need 5 more. Rapidly clicks 80 times. Do you mean 40? No, 80, because I need both. Polished 5. Let's... Incubator. Get me an eggie. Antique doesn't give you, like, if this even just went, hey, you've made an antique stamp collector book, here's the echo back. That'd be like, okay, cool. That seems like a decent replacement. Okay. Look, lesser core. Here's exactly the cost of a lesser core. Here's the echo required for a blank key. Here's ascendant marks. Yeah, like some of these are like, this might be better as like a 65 plus quest or other things like that, because like certain progressions still. Okay. Sure, red column. Not going to use it myself, but in theory, other people might. In 20 or 30 levels. I miss the good old days where it was up to whoever like peaked at it or whatever. So you could go like, hey, I've gotten too many companion eggs. Whoever wants to take this out can have a companion. Instead of it being like whoever puts it in now. Something something adoption. It's not about who put it. Wait, no. Scrub that. We are simply grabbing this knowledge star, and we're going to ignore anything else I was about to say. Please, and thank you. Okay. Okay, so some of the researches can in fact increase costs. I was wondering because this appears not to. On this one, so it might be busted. What's a map going to cost me? It's a map, 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 it's a map. Map. Ew. Like, at least this one comes with 2 of them, so, like... Outside becomes inside. Inside becomes outside. Hey, look! I have a 16K. You know, if I wanted to craft the upgrading, which, like, the upgrading on this isn't bad. Pugs. I'll sort all that out later. Not today. Because I was wrapping up for today, I think. After I stare intently. My poor fruit stock. Like, to be fair, that is entirely on me. Something. What's the variant on this? It's Champion's Domain Peacock. Sure. You're gonna live on my head, okay? Because everyone knows that's the best place for a peacock to be. Right. I haven't turned off your visibility, have I? Not on this update. Alright. That's nonsense. I can't do anything with it. This goes in the colored chest. Nonsense, 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 nonsense. I can break that into... Gotta chip those. Oh, okay. Hello, Legacy. Those can't be broken down into anything useful. Alright. Chips. Chips, chips, chips. Chipsy, chipsy, chips. Chips. Okay. Chipsy, chipsy, chips. Back in it goes. I thought bricks were in my chest full of nonsense over here. Guess not. Like, technically they haven't added it to the, compacting or whatnot, and I would like them to, but technically they haven't yet, so... I shouldn't make a compacting drawer for quite yet or whatever. Or make what would be equivalent to a compacting drawer once we get any form of compacting method. Oh, I have crystals, but no loose shards over here. Okay. That's solvable. Watch it slowly transition between green and blue, green and blue, green and blue. Yeah, so thermal, you can blast them apart. Which means you can crush multi-servo press and pulverize to break them down. Bulk haunting. Those don't seem like the same. So there's a chance you just burn the lapis. Got it. Okay. Start by going outside. We then aim ourselves here. Honestly, that's funny. Hey, I got at least 2 shards. Now, why am I still here? Right. Let's leave more holes in the flooring. While we're at it, we're going to ruin some foundation too. What do you mean it's snowing? There's not supposed to be snow here. This is the ocean. I'm only 400 blocks up. Like, if it weren't for Riptide moving the shield like that, which I don't know how much of that is, like, standard Riptide versus just Riptide interacting with these strange vault models. Says I'm going to wrap up. Goes through the extra effort of making sure that I've got everything for next vault. Something, something, something. This will be loaded enough. Continues to use vanilla chests where obviously I should start using the modded ones. Ugh. Why do you have a vanilla bow all enchanted out there and sitting in your chest? I used it in the dragon fight. That's the strangest tropical fish I've ever seen. Okay. Ugh. Its ability, power, low crafting potential, and scrappy. I would love some living, but... don't think I can justify just outright scrapping this. Not with the requirement to replace the current chest plate. So obvious. I think it'll probably be a strict upgrade. It'll be hard to completely screw it up, so let's... health? Oh. Health. Minus healing efficiency. Plus mana regen. Minus duration. Plus resistance. Flat on the armor. Higher crit resist. Max crit resist. Okay. That is enough of a differential to be worthwhile based on what I most need in the vaults. Okay. Back over here. Health. Mana. I don't want levels and things. Oh. I lose effect avoidance. And a bit of health. Crit hit resistance is a nice increase, though. I'm not up to the level where, like, I'm going to have, like, amazing crit resist anyways. But this is about dead anyways. Like, I could repair it, or... I mean... how much potential do I still have on it? I don't think the effect combination is worth... 43 so nearly a stack of gold. What? 64 times 9 times 9, so 64 times 81. Obviously you got 64 in the ones place, carrying over, then you've got 8. Why am I trying to do this? Like, I have a computer right here. Yeah, just under a stack of gold. To bring it up to level once, and I still would have to repair it afterwards. And it's gone. Oh, where'd my pile of junk go? Oh no, I left it out too long. It's spoiled. Oh, okay. Anyways, I could pull the I could and probably should pull the quest set at some point. Alright. Okay. That's done, that's done, that's done. Birch, 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 birch. Birch, please. Stick my leggies out real far. Oh. I'm on casual mode, so there's no reason for me to put it away until I've got a replacement of some sort. They at least don't push you anymore. It was funny for like a stream or two. Let's see. Leaves. Various types of leaves. All of these are acceptable types of leaves. Oh, that's where that glass was. I stared right through it. Leaves. And then I needed pork chops, which are also over here. Oh. Okay. Okay. Oops. Better not keep failing so many bolts in a row. I'm going to run out of seals. And then what will I do? Get good. Hey. Merch, please. Carrot, amethyst, gas tears. I think I've got 3 of those. Somewhere. Like, they're not impossible to get. They're a little annoying. And that's a clear sign that I'm getting to the you need to start modding stage of the game. I think I put a cage farm at my base because I do keep this loaded fairly effectively. Now the question is, do I put the cages directly into the drawer system? Stick some drawers underneath the different cages, noting that the only one that doesn't directly work with is witches? Or do I like I think I put them in like one of the chunks, like cages here. No. Botany pots here, cages here. Something like that. Botany pots, cages. Hopefully I didn't like cut Smart Book off of like wanting to get potions and brews and stuff like that all sorted in short order versus like later because cost increases by 4. But got this before the cost increase. And Vault Map is definitely one of those ones that's really useful. There's some stupid recipe. What was the there's a recipe to make these. Ooh. Yeah. Like, we've got ways to sink diamonds. We don't need it for those. Yeah, and most of the rewards out of these are not worth. Yeah, so like you never get more knowledge than you put into making a mod box if you craft a mod box. This doesn't require any diamonds, so that's a bad cost. Like, you don't start recovering diamonds until you start getting those higher ones. That's what? Yeah, that's not. 1K part. Yeah, like a 16K part. A 16K part lets you break even on the diamond cost if you roll it. Router things don't. Build your things. Not really. Yeah. A lot of the time, it's not worth manually crafting mod boxes. Especially with the late game knowledge sink that is, or at least was Prestige. I haven't gotten to the point of the new Prestige system, so I don't know how they balance that all out. And whether or not it's just a dump all the stuff. I thought it was a perfectly fine system for what it was. I gotta slaughter some chickens. I got too many chickens. And it's only supposed to be 2 stacks, not a stack and a half. Or not 2.5 stacks. Just 2 stacks of chickens. Yeah, I'm not talking about you. Carries my lunchbox. While wearing a lunchbox on my back. Yeah, I need new helmet. I would love a lucky hit chance one. Like, I hit this sucker with an adaptive. It gave me bad on the implicit, because it didn't change. But, like, it's doing its job. Alright. I have a crystal done, a crystal relatively queued up. Oh no, I have to go and get, like, the gas tier lets in. Did I have any hiding out? Yeah, I have two, so I've got half of it at least. But if I start cages, I have to start doing hostile eggs. And hostile eggs cost diamonds, so like I'm already going to be dumping stuff that way. So 1 in 128 chance, it looks like, for ghast. Slime. Bag for Iggy's. Other Iggy's, not like Eggy's. Eggy's go in the tube. Iggy's. Iggy's. No sword is white. Pink is display. Iggy's. Compresses. 13 knowledge stars I could make right now based on knowledge. Which, yeah. Yeah, we don't need the compression to be that expensive. Oh. Ugh. Got a family meal later, so probably should get a nap before we try and head out for the evening because somebody woke me up too early and I'm tired. So, gonna wrap that there. I got some vaults in. I got some vaults queued up. Day 21 looks like it'll be fairly decent. Something, something. Still waiting on the hot fix. Can't wait for the hot fix. Well, can wait for the hot fix, but I don't want to. Catch you later. Bye.